Hey, Ryan Reynolds here for Mint Mobile. You know, one of the perks about having 4 kids that you know about is actually getting a direct line to the big man up north. And this year, he wants you to know the best gift that you can give someone is the gift of Mint Mobile's unlimited wireless for $15 a month. Now, you don't even need to wrap it. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan equivalent to $15 per month required. New customer offer for first 3 months only. Speed slow after 35 gigabytes if network's busy. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
Grief doesn't keep a calendar. Anxiety doesn't clock out after 5. Depression doesn't care if it's your busy season. But support can still fit into your life. With Grow, you can find a therapist who meets you where you are. They connect you with thousands of independent licensed therapists across the U.S., offering both virtual and in-person sessions. You can search by insurance, provider specialty, treatment methods, and more to find a therapist who works for you. And if it's not the right fit, switching is easy. There are no subscriptions, no long-term commitments. You just pay per session. Find therapy on your time. Evenings, weekends, and cancel up to 24 hours in advance at no cost. Whatever challenges you're facing, Grow Therapy is here to help. Sessions average about $21 with insurance, and some pay as little as $0 depending on their plan. Visit growtherapy.com/ACAST today to get started. That's growtherapy.com/ACAST. growtherapy.com/ACAST. Availability and coverage vary by state and insurance plan.
Hello and welcome back to Sober Awkward, where we're doing something a little bit different. We started this podcast to share our own messy, awkward, and hopefully humorous journeys through sobriety, and have always felt incredibly humbled by how many of you have connected with our stories. But not everyone's journey is the same as Vic and I's. So we put our heads together to figure out a way to give back and let our listeners inspire each other. Basically, we're taking us two idiots completely out of the equation. We decided to run a storytelling competition, during which we asked you to share your own inspirational stories of recovery with us. Well, to be honest, the stories you sent us completely blew us away. They were powerful, moving, and truly inspiring. We knew right away that we had to share them. So, with the permissions of the storytellers, we're going to be sharing one of their stories with you each week. This is our way of celebrating you. These are your stories, raw, real, and full of hope. Welcome to Sober Stories. This week's Sober Story is called Putting the O Back into Sober by Verity. And this is the final story that I'll be telling on these Saturday editions. I do hope you've enjoyed them. We were so overjoyed with the quality of the entrance of this writing competition, and I'm sure that you all would have learnt something or laughed at something over the last few weeks. So thank you to everyone who wrote in and bravely shared their story with us. As I sat down to compose this story, the O on my keyboard suddenly stopped working. That would have been a good enough reason at one time to down tools, neck a bottle of wine, for starters, and not complete the task. But no, an O is quite important in telling my sober story. So I just huffed and sought out my daughter's laptop, and will hope she doesn't find this and read it until I'm ready for her to. I've mulled over how I might write my story for some time, and thanks to the encouragement from some wonderful Cuppa pals, I decided to bite the bullet. So here it goes. My first childhood memories are from when my parents ran a pub, and we lived upstairs with my 3 older sisters. They got me drunk at a party they had upstairs one night. They were teenagers. Mum and Dad were downstairs working. I couldn't have been older than 6. Mum hit the roof at them, but my parents weren't averse to me having the odd sip from a young age. I remember being given a martini and lemonade from the staff for squeezing the dregs of the beer tap into a sherry glass. The idea of my kids ever doing that is shocking, but it was not unusual to me growing up. I really discovered what alcohol could do for me in my teenage years. They were filled with weekends down the park, necking cider, and by 16 or 17 I'd also dabbled with weed, speed, LSD and ecstasy. I met my still partner at 17, and we often partied together. I guess I was part of that ladette drinking era, and my 20s were filled with boozy nights, and I discovered cocaine then too. The next 10 years were spent like that, partying, drinking. By my mid to late 20s I'd become a daily drinker. It hadn't yet become a problem though, or so I thought. Blackouts were quite frequent. Probably a bit of a red flag, eh? Then my dad, who I adored, was diagnosed with throat cancer. My world turned upside down. Within a few months, I discovered I was pregnant. My world righted itself again. This was one of the happiest moments of my life. I still had the occasional drink in my pregnancy, but I could probably count them on one hand. My beautiful boy arrived, and a year later, on my sister's birthday, my dad died. My heart shattered. It snowed that day, in February of 2012. I fell pregnant again, about 6 months later. My daughter was born, and the day I came home from the hospital with her, I drank the best part of a bottle of champagne. I deserved it, didn't I? Babies are to be celebrated, and mums too, who've just popped out something the size of a watermelon, only on gas and air. My drinking rapidly escalated at this point. I was sad, lonely. I was still grieving for my dad, navigating being a mum of a 2-year-old and a newborn, and in hindsight, I was severely depressed. Booze became my best friend, until we fell out. The first time I realised there was a problem was when I was getting ready to take the kids to nursery and go to work. I'd come out of the shower, but I had sweat glistening on my face. Was I ill? Yes, I was having withdrawals. And so the morning drinking began. I don't know how I managed to keep working at this point. I was drinking on the train to work, hiding it in my bag and drinking in the loos, drinking on the way home to pick up the kids. My partner was witness to my downward spiral and urged me to go to AA. I went in June 2015. I stopped for a pint on the way, but I showed up. The next day, everything came crashing down. I was blind drunk, driving. I hit a cyclist, in blackout. I served 8 months of a 2-year prison sentence. In that time, I threw myself into AA meetings and tried to navigate some kind of life without the crutch of alcohol. In all honesty, prison was like a safe bubble for me. It took me away from the life I was clearly not coping with, but that still waited for me on the outside. And so, it began again when I got out. Harder and faster this time. I would go missing for short periods of time, stay at random strangers' houses, hotels, anywhere that would have me. But in between all this, there were periods of sobriety. I'd been to my GP, begged for help, been through the local drug and alcohol service, had CBT, taken special medication, antabuse and others, designed to stop my drinking. I even took an overdose and tried to get myself sectioned. My best friend reported me to social services. None of it worked. The relationship with my partner was in tatters. It had been for a long time. Maybe he thought he could fix me, until he had enough and changed the locks on me. I spent a couple of weeks living in a bed and breakfast funded by my sister. The guy in the room next to me had a drink problem too, and as the saying goes, misery loves company. I politely declined his advances, but was quick to accept the offers of drink and drugs. Then a call from my sister, my biggest supporter, came. "I've got you a place in rehab. Will you go?" It was like a holiday. I had a professional detox for a week, and then off to a beautiful place in Wales. I decided I was going to build a new life for me and my kids. When my time there came to an end, I went and stayed with the guy I met in the detox centre. I had nowhere else to go, unless I went straight back to the mess I'd left behind. I drank the first day I was out, and within a week got kicked out of his caravan. I ended up living in a hotel for 2 weeks, courtesy of my mounting credit cards. I only got out of bed and left the room to buy more booze. So much for building a new life. My partner, who I thought hated me, turned up unannounced at the hotel to take me home. I was back home. I couldn't get out of bed. The withdrawals were so bad. I would Uber alcohol to the house. I was so weak, I couldn't move. I'd been on the waiting list with my local drug and alcohol team for about a year, Because of the rise in people excessively drinking during COVID, the wait was longer than usual. I would call, begging them to help me, but to be told I had to wait. But I kept calling. I desperately wanted to get better. I still wanted the life of myself and my children that had seemed so out of reach. And then the stars aligned. My knight in shining armour answered the phone. His name was Bernard. "I'm going to get you help," he promised me, as I bawled like a baby down the phone. "Come and see me." And so I did. I don't know how he did it, but within 2 weeks he had me signed up to start the community detox and rehabilitation program. From the day I walked into the clinic for my detox, I haven't touched a drop of alcohol or a drug. Something in me had shifted. I'd been given another chance, possibly my last one. I'm coming up to 2.5 years gloriously alcohol-free. My life is something to be treasured, celebrated. Today I'm a really good mum, and my children are proud of me. One day I will share with them my story. Maybe when I can afford the therapy they'll probably need afterwards. They know enough for now. The relationship with my partner is a work in progress. Since the 14th of November 2022, my life has changed in ways I didn't think possible. Friendships have been born, friends have been lost, and I've become a person I think I might want to be friends with. This isn't the half of it, folks. Perhaps one day I will regale you with all the antics that I'd got up to, but the shame still runs deep. I'm working on that. And just for the record, I never thought I'd let myself get that bad, but it really can happen to any of us. My saving grace was that I found a way out. And so can you.
If you're questioning your relationship with booze, you're struggling to moderate, or your hangovers are causing anxiety, it might be time to reach out for some support.
Yeah, just talk to a mate about how you're feeling, contact a local doctor, find an AA or sobriety group. Vic's got one.
Yeah, just head to www.cuppa.community.
Remember, if you're questioning yourself, it might be time to seek support.
Even though this journey can be awkward, it is definitely worth it. And if you've enjoyed the Sober Awkward podcast, don't forget to review it, rate it, and share it with your mates.
They have to share it with their mates?
Yeah, of course they do. I'm not doing this for nothing, Hamish. Bloody hell.
How do they share it?
I don't know, just write it on the...
Vic, so do you fancy coming on a sober holiday?
Don't worry, we're not talking about some corporate wellness retreat with cucumber water and enforced eye contact.
No, this is a sober awkward retreat. 8 days of sun, sweat, laughter, and absolutely no hangovers.
Yep, it's all happening in Thailand next October. Picture this: yoga at sunrise, writing workshops, ice baths, Thai boxing, and lots of awkward sober dancing under the stars.
It's a proper holiday with proper weirdos. Our kind of people.
Yeah. You'll meet legends who've also given the booze a boot and want to have fun without feeling like a social reject.
Come solo or grab a mate. Bring your awkward, bring your sun cream. No pressure, no judgment, just a big, warm, sober hug in paradise.
All the info is at soberawkward.com/retreats. Come and get sweaty with us, emotionally and physically, in our all-inclusive jungle resort. You'll start out as 15 strangers and leave with 15 new sober mates.
I'm not sure I want 15 new sober mates, actually, particularly sober ones.
Yeah. Oh, well, you're not invited then.
Hi, it's Paige DeSorbo from Giggly Squad. You ever stand in front of your closet and just say, I have nothing to wear, while you're literally surrounded by clothes? Because same. So I started listing pieces I'm over on Depop, and honestly, it's been amazing. You can sell what you're done with, and someone out there will love it. And the best part about it is there's no seller fee, so the money you make actually stays in your pocket, which feels very chic. It's also insanely easy. I listed something while watching TV, and it sold before the episode even ended. So download the Depop app and list your first item today, because your old outfit could be someone else's new favorite. Depop, where taste recognizes taste. Payment processing fees, boosting fees still apply. For more info, visit Depop.com.
Hi, this is Joe from Vanta. In today's digital world, compliance regulations are changing constantly, and earning customer trust has never mattered more. Vanta helps companies get compliant fast and stay secure with the most advanced AI, automation, and continuous monitoring out there. So whether you're a startup going for your first SOC 2 or ISO 27001, or a growing enterprise managing vendor risk, Vanta makes it quick, easy, and scalable. And I'm not just saying that because I work here. Get started at Vanta.com.
So, as you probably know, my comedy memoir, 1,000 Wasted Sundays, is officially out. All my magnificent fuck-uppery in one awkward hit. If you'd like to get your hands on a copy, it's now available from all good bookstores.
We always say all good bookstores, don't we?
Yeah.
Are there bad
No,
bookstores?
probably ones with moody sellers.
Oh yeah, really
Yeah.
depressed librarian folk.
Yes,
Okay,
yeah. So there are probably some, but we're only storing it in the good ones.
It's only made it into the goodies.
You can also get it from all good online retailers. The print version and ebook are out now, and the audiobook will be available in March. I've been writing my memoir for 5 years. It will make you laugh, cry and cringe, and hopefully inspire a few people to reconsider their relationship with booze. If you love the podcast, then I think you'll love the book, even if I do say so myself. Hamish has read it. What did you think?
I feel like I know a little bit too much about you now, to be honest, Vic. Look, I really loved it. It was hilarious and surprisingly moving, but I feel like I've seen you naked in a literary sense.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's worrying.
Yeah. From an emotional point of view, seriously, it wobbled my teeny weeny wooden heart, Vic.
Okay.
My teeny little wooden heart.
Well, his wooden heart is broken. Anyway, so if you do manage to get your filthy mitts on a copy, please do me a favour and head to goodreads.com and give me a review. Doing that will help me get it out there to those that need a bit of sober support. So there you have it. My story, unwanted warts and all. Come and get awkward with me.
Not to be too demanding or anything, but seriously, go and buy it
Yeah,
now.
go and buy it. Go and buy it right now.
Yeah, don't just tell your friends, buy it, and then buy your friends one or two.
Yeah, don't give them a copy. Buy it, yeah.
And you know what? Don't be careful where you store it. If you lose it, you can always buy another 5.
Buy another one.
Yeah.